even when they're playing their top stuff, you'd give him a very solid chance of winning that match. But at the minute, it just feels like he's less likely to do that. He's not going to hit a 161, and Gurney's got options from 72.
99.
Double six.
Game shot.
And that's a perfect response from Gurney. The break back gets him within one. And this scoreline, we've already mentioned it, this is where Christoph failed to win another leg yesterday. When you consider how well Gurney has played this year without getting a title. He's been to a final, though, when he lost to Suter in Germany in this late spring, early summer.
140.
In a funny sort of way, they're in the same boat. However, Gurney is got more chance of winning titles because he's going to be in more events potentially.
180.
This remains on treble 13, leaves double 16.
99.
Something of a showstopper that would have been for Daryl Gurney. Instead, Ratajski can break back.
It's going to be the bullseye. I think he understands how important this could be. Not a bad try at all. But you don't expect Gurney to miss again. Even with the step to the right,
game shot.
It wasn't really going to be a problem. We're going to have to pre-select the tournaments they play more than ever.
59.
That's a discussion for another day. As for right now, Gurney would love to take the lead after being 2-1 down.
60.
Double 14 for a beauty.
Game shot.
And Christoph Ratajski lands a 148 checkout to wrestle back the lead in this game. Gurney threatened a big one in the previous leg. Ratajski hit one in this.
Well, big fish time for Christoph. We saw 3 attempts at this from Scott in the final yesterday. He didn't hit any of them. Although he did hit one in the semi-final, so...
98.
I did, however, hear that he went for about 8 or 9 darters yesterday, Scott. He didn't get any.
100.
Now, what does Christoph do this time? He wants to leave double 16 with 1 dart, or double 18 with 2.
36.
That was a very well thrown dart. It just didn't find the bed. The bed that Gurney wants to hit right now, and does for the 4-3 lead in the break of throw.
Well, struggling Riccardo Pietrasco, and it does pose Paul's question. I actually think it answers Paul's question.
Just going to say it one more time. I'm not going to go on about it. Riccardo Pietrasco shouldn't be here. He should have gone back to Germany and recuperated and got ready for Switzerland.
59.
Well, he won't play a further part in the tournament, nor will Callan Ridge, who went down 6-2 to Dave Chisnell, Jim Williams, who went down by the same scoreline to Ross Smith, or Nick Kenny, who was beaten by his Welsh compatriot Gerwyn Price 6-3.
Now that is a hard draw that Gezi Price got today with Nick Kenny. He's been playing some proper stuff. And even though Kenny's put in that 101 average today, it wasn't good enough to beat Iceman.
140.
Gurney here looking to wrap this one up. Remember, he lost the first 2 legs of this match, but he's turned on the style since then. Winning 6 out of the next 7 to defeat Christoph Ratajski, and doing it with that stylish checkout as well. Daryl Gurney goes through to the second round, and he's happy about that. Why wouldn't he be?
He was in his board final for the first 3 Players' Championship events. At that point, he's thinking, that's a solid start, but it just hasn't kicked on from there. And I don't know what you think about this, because you and I look at the different levels of the sport. When people have the ability to play Challenge Tour
100.
and to be a substitute on the Pro Tour. When they get their card back, do they take their foot off the pedal when it comes to competitive action? Do they not seek out as much as maybe they should?
Well, also, they end up playing less darts, don't they? And that's maybe a little bit of a problem for someone like Berry. This could be a problem for Berry as well.
103.
Suljovic couldn't bury it. But yeah, the point I was going to make is he could play so much
130.
last year. This year is restricted to the Pro Tour events. If you're losing in your first couple of rounds, or all of them, you're not playing many legs of darts in comparison.
Game shot.
And he loses the first leg of the first round today. Suljovic leads 1-0.
Averaging nearly 106 in a 12-leg win by 10 legs to 2. And this is the same sort of performance as that. This is brilliant from Mensur.
Yeah, it's absolutely superb by Suljovic so far. Averaging in 3 figures. Looking for a 3-figure combo to make it 4-0. Over 11. Would have left his favourite double. Instead, he gets the bullseye.
96.
He's disappointed to miss that bullseye. And he might be disappointed to lose leg 4. Berry's got to make this count, because if he doesn't take this, a double break for Suljovic could be inevitable. That's a big miss.
18.
Didn't look confident over that one.
Yeah, it's heavy weather this for Berry van Peer. Mensur Suljovic hoping to make it rain even more. Shaking his head in the background.
Game shot.
Disappointed with the direction of this darting duel.
And that's what you've got to do when you seek a new dart. You want something that you can throw easily. And they're going in the board with so much purity. And the collisions aren't bad either.
140.
If this 100 goes,
140.
the next round's going to be fascinating between Gurney and Suljovic. That is a game I would pay to watch.
Went for 2 tops there. Berry van Peer could do the same. That's a careless last start from Mensur Suljovic. So he's going to lose a double even if he does come back here. What does Berry fancy here? Strange, because if he misses this, he's probably out of the tournament. But I think he needs something to get him going. I think he might go top stops. But he didn't. Well, I hope not anyway. And that's just his luck, isn't it, in this match? It sums it up.
Well, that's the thing about having such an upright angle of attack. You do run the risk of doing that when you do need 2 single 20s.
So for another whitewash, we've had loads of them in the opening round so far today. And Mensur Suljovic adds his name to that list.
Since then, it's been a little bit better. He made a quarter-final in Germany in June, losing out to the aforementioned Danny Noppert. And he got to a quarter-final in August as well, so it has been a little bit better. But lately, he's gone back on the losing train. Is he about to go 3-1 up, I wonder? That is a very good end to a very weird starting leg. What can Barry do from 164? In every likelihood, he's got 6 from here.
96.
It's been a good performance. And Menzies needs something to spark him into life. It might just be this.
134.
If he's clinical, he'll be 5-1 up.
36.
That was a badly thrown dart. Not for the first time in this match.
Game shot.
And Menzies is right there to take the spoils in leg 6. to get the job done. What he would give for a 140. Now, Keane has had a few curious visits in this game,
60.
but predominantly he has been very consistent. If he goes on to win this match against Menzies, I don't think he's going to tell many people about that weird bullseye he had earlier on. He wants to talk about winning the match,
88.
which he could have done twice over by now.
Game shot.
The Menzies comeback is on, and if he holds right here, he'll have a chance in a last leg decider. If Menzies makes more mistakes, but they're not coming, that is flawless.
59. $58.
Who thought we were going to get a last leg decider in this game? Not me, but we're getting
Game
one.
shot.
Keane Barry's done a lot right, but Menzies has won the last 3 legs to take us all the way. Sometimes you have to win by eking it out at somebody else's mean level.
140.
And as far as leg 11 goes, it's Keane who's been mean.
140.
That is brilliant. He will come back for the first time in this match for 3 darts at a double to get it won.
140.
He stayed resolute. Now, does he win it? That he does. Excellent contest. The fight back was there from Menzies, but he just couldn't finish it off. And Keane Barry stayed resolute. And now he's through to play in the second round, where he will face Ian White or George Killington, which comes next. That is what you've just seen. Plenty of misses at double from Keane, but he gave himself more opportunities with a slightly bigger average in that contest. Well done to the young man from Ireland. Might have to use the 19s with the last dart here.
137.
That works very, very well. Killington is back at tops.
56.
He's had a somewhat love-hate affair with that tops bet in this match so far. Ian White can say the same about doubles on the whole. Maybe that's why he's left double 16 this time.
76.
But that different target does not come up trumps either. Double 5 for George.
Game shot.
And he's the king of leg 3. And White is surely going to leave a finish now after starting well on the 19s. A single leaves 170.
133.
Treble leaves some possible champagne. Did he bring something to pop the cork, maybe?
George, man.
31.
To say that he is displeased with that visit is a bit of an understatement. Doesn't even have to go bullseye this time. But does anyway. That's curious. Maybe trying to get something going here. He's going to lay up.
92.
I wonder if that first dart was a bit more inviting for the bullseye, would he have gone for it? He's had misses at tops, misses at 16s. But this time he doesn't miss tops. And we're level again at 3-3. Another big kill possible. Not for long, but this could still be a big hole in this number, which could be very good for George to take us to best of 3.
96.
Unless Ian White's got something up his sleeve. That was too big, that collision. That was a really well thrown dart. And if I may estimate, I think that was in the 57, had it not been for the first dart.
86.
This could now be the biggest shot of this match for George Killington. Can he win this situation?
52.
Because he hasn't, Ian White might stretch his lead.
Game shot.
It's in, and it's a 5-3 lead to White, who now has 2 chances to serve it out. The destiny of this game, though, is not in George's hands anymore.
100.
Even though this game has seen a somewhat inordinate amount of missed darts at double, White has kept his cool and waited for his chances. But he has improved on his doubles as the game has progressed. He only needs 1 more double. It's not going to come right now, but it may come in the next visit, which is guaranteed.
78.
That didn't go to plan, so it may just be the 1 dart for the match. George's responsibility now is to put pressure on that 66.
$45.
This might be the final act in what's been a bit of a trudge. 1 match dart, and it's all Ian White needs. I think they both understand that that was, from their 4th meeting of the season, a bit of a war.
115.
But I have a theory when it comes to Nyman. I think he's just the same as someone like Scott, Van Veen, and some other
96.
people who have come from other tours and are playing multiple tours. I think the level that they're playing at is because they're getting a lot of exposure, a lot of matches.
21.
That leaves 64. So he doesn't have to go 14 bull here. Didn't need to.
Game shot.
Brilliant 12 dart start for Nyman. And Price is probably thinking, not you again. And Price already knows that this is more than a workout. This is going to the squat rack and saying that there's 600 kilos on it. You think, well, maybe I can lift it?
94.
Takes the first leg in 12. Leaves a double after 12 in the next one.
140.
Double 16 for 2-0. Double 8 to increase that lead. Can't
16.
do it, so Price now has an opportunity. Double 18, single 18 tops.
That is a brilliant dart.
Game shot.
And that is a brilliant finish. You get the mistake from Wessel, you get the brilliance from Price, and you've got a level game. Don't go to the hockey as quickly.
140.
Price is hoping to create some space in terms of the scoreline in this game. He could lead by 2 legs here if he can find 17 and then double top.
62.
Hits the wire, so Nyman gets a chance to level.
Shots on, and the shot is out.
Shot.
Another world-class leg there from the young Dutchman.
A 180's helped him with that.
96. $100.
This is a really interesting moment. Another tall dart player on the hockey who has to decrease his height for the shot.
Game
And he
shot.
decreases his height perfectly for an 11 darter to take the lead again. He can't bulldoze his way through to that treble 20, so
58.
Price has got some breathing space here. Double 12.
66.
That doesn't happen very often. He's one of the premier players on double 12. I wonder if there's a way back into this leg for Nyman.
140.
Down the bottom for double 3. Tricky. And the dart got in the way. There is a way back, and there may be no way back for Price if Nyman does complete this combination.
Does he? He does.
Game shot.
It's the hot spot. Price understands the danger that is Vessel Nyman.
Damon Heta has just booked his place in round 3, a 6-4 win over Steve Beaton. Remember, on his retirement season, the Bronze Adonis. But it may be retirement from the tournament for Gerwyn Price as Nyman leaves 1-2-1 to put Price away.
Whoops.
It does look inevitable. And yet again, Price has not played poorly in this game.
113.
But he's been floored by the brilliance of someone I like to call Y.I. Nyman.
100.
Double 4. Away the
Game
lad.
shot
And
the
away,
match.
Gerwyn Price, who will not be adding a title to his tally and won't be winning his first ranking title of the year. The opponent's playing well. He started to make more serene progress after that.
139.
One thing Anderson proved yesterday, it's not how you start a match, it's how you finish it. He wasn't good in the first couple of legs, but after that he was excellent. That's the ideal start on this one. Almost the ideal end, and that's the ultimate respect for Ryan Joyce, going for that bullseye.
Well, he will have to go for it if he gets the opportunity, and he may get the opportunity. Another would have left the same target.
98.
Now Zonneveld has to clean up the remaining 25.
Double 6, playing by left-handers rules.
Game shot.
What I mean by that is, if you were to poll 20 left-handers, most of them would prefer 12s, tops and 10s.
The predicted revival may have been short-lived.
100.
And as for the result that we're seeing on board number 2, Sagansky 4, Van Barneveld 0.
96.
I really don't have a clue who's going to win today, but that makes for a really interesting afternoon.
97.
We will know the name of the winner by about 6:30 to 7 o'clock. Don't miss the rest of the afternoon because it could be a huge story for someone like Nathan Aspinall, for instance.
58.
Looking for his first victory of the season because he's the highest ranked player not to have one.
Joyce looking for double 12 and
Game
finds
shot.
it to put himself 2 up and 2 away.
No such luck. Not that there was any luck involved in that.
58.
He's not out of this leg, though. Banging a 140 here, he might even be favoured for the leg.
$60.
What would Ryan Joyce do on 150? It's a moot point because it's double 16 for the first time in the match.
Game shot.
And it's inevitable when he's down there. Well, Joyce is looking to hit the back of the net if he can defend his throw in leg 10.
You've got to give credit here to Zonneveld, though. This is a leg
81.
that Joyce went off with 140, 180, and Zonneveld still left himself the same finish despite that errant dart.
60.
He's still got a shout here, Neil Zonneveld.
It's got to be good, but it starts brilliantly. How does it finish? impeccably.
shot.
That's a fabulous checkout from Neil Zonneveld, and now he's the favourite for the game after winning the last 2 legs. That is a crucial treble 19 at the end. You know what Zonneveld can do from a big ton plus checkout? He's left another one for the match. If he gets the first treble 20, if he chooses to go that route, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to leave double 15.
105.
Oh, this would really hurt. 140 to win the previous leg and level the match. And it is, as Paul predicted, double 15.
Game
Wow.
and
Back-to-back showstoppers from Neil Zonneveld. 140 to level, 150 to win. And Ryan Joyce must be feeling floored. I'm not sure what happened then. I didn't mean that, sorry, said Michael Smith.
100.
Was having this constant conversation with himself. Maybe it just spilled into Clayton's throw a little bit, but Johnny's
100.
very much happy-go-lucky type of guy. Nothing will bother him too much. Now Smith, does he go for the bull here just to spark something in himself? He did.
139.
Didn't find it, which means he will have to sort of waste a dart here, and he's going to be under
140.
a large amount of pressure. Does go that 5 double 10 route. He does like
Game
double
shot.
10, and he does level the match at 2-2.
$134.
Elsewhere, Wessel Nyman continues his good form. He leads Niels Zonneveld 5-1 and could be the first through to the last 16. I'll update you as any player does progress to that
140.
4th round stage. Here's Smith, having missed the ball for a 164 earlier. Has a go at it for the 170, and this time he takes it out. A moment of magic from Michael Smith. Congratulated by Clayton. Didn't have to go for it, fancied it, and he was right to do so.
$59.
Well, those little frustrated
145.
utterances earlier in the encounter are a distant memory now for Michael Smith, who's playing to a sublime standard and looking to move within 1 leg of victory here. He's gone for a 13 to leave double 16. That's
Game shot.
a new kind of play for Michael Smith, not usually his MO. And that is a disastrous dart for Michael Smith,
89.
meaning Johnny Clayton has 6 from 180.
$80.
Well, how damaging will that be? Because there's now no guarantee of a dart at a double. Even if he'd hit a single 20, he would be at least achieving that.
96.
But it's a ton for Clayton to get it done. Went tops, played it rather conservatively.
60.
Probably the right thing to do in that situation, but Michael Smith does have a shot in front of him. And he can't take it out after dart 1, meaning Clayton can begin
82.
his preparation, his routine, as he goes in for the kill. And
Game
Johnny
shot
Clayton
and
defeats Michael Smith 6-5 in what was a decent darting duel. But it's the Ferret who goes through to the last 16. Smith broke mid-match. He took out a 170 shot as well. But Clayton won the penultimate leg and the last one to turn the tie around at the death. And he's the one that advances to the 4th round of the tournament. And we will be back with action from the last 16 very, very shortly indeed. How can a player who's lost multiple major finals be somehow described as a loser? I've won more than most to keep getting to them. Humphries has already won plenty, and now he does start to
60.
turn it on. There's disappointment for Luke at the Hungarian Darts Trophy at the weekend. Lost out to Gabriel Clemens in the last 32, but did have success in the World Series events. Down under, beating Damon Heta in the final of the New Zealand Darts Masters. And was beaten in the second round yesterday, third round, sorry, to Jamie Atkins.
91.
So he's hoping to have a better run in a floor event than he's had for a while.
180.
Mervyn King now making his presence felt there.
Game shot.
Humphreys ignores it, the 180. He will have the chance to restore that two-leg cushion.
96.
Although Humphreys is waiting to pounce if he doesn't take out this 130, so needs one treble. Can't get it. We get the Mervyn King really has become
44.
synonymous with the veteran star. Now Humphreys really focused suddenly. 88. And he can't claim it, so King comes back. Similar kind of shot in the 80s. 54 will be his first port of call. Another single gives him a poke at the bullseye. Oh, and he finds it. Mervyn King has Luke Humphreys under the cosh here. Humphreys respects that shot, offers him the fist bump.
$99. 44.
So King here
Game shot
to force Humphreys into a corner, and he's done it with a fine finish. And King now can finish off Luke Humphreys in a result that would really stand out on the page. Mervyn King will feel surely he'll get another opportunity. I quite confidently predicted earlier in the game that Humphreys would not continue to play like this, but he has continued. And the reaction there from Humphreys, I think it was to do with the dart dropping low, because that's causing all of his problems in this game. He's blocking the treble 20, it's forcing him to switch around the board, and when he doesn't really have that option, it leaves him in a pickle. The Mervyn King sets up.
90.
No need to go for the three-figure finish with Humphreys not on a checkout, and King will get another opportunity, this one,
140.
with 3 clear darts at double. Humphreys may wear most of the crowns in professional darts at the moment.
$20.
And is he going to overthrow the King here? Because he's missed 3 more. That's 5 match darts now squandered. 88.
62.
Could have been painful for Mervyn King, but he's back with 3 more.
Game shot.
And it's long live the King, as Mervyn sees off the world champion and world #1 Luke Humphreys in a statement result and a much needed run today. Nineteens is the route here for Dobie, and it's a route to double 16.
76.
Clayton would love to find that as well.
He needs treble 17 though.
55.
This one is going backwards and forwards.
Game shot.
And this could go very, very deep. Big stories
100.
plenty. The biggest story is King. Don't underestimate, if Martin Schindler was to beat
100.
Lukman and go on to win the title, he'd be only the 2nd German to win a Players' Championship. by Max Hopp. Dobie down for 19s. And leaving Clayton on 101 is risky.
Certainly feels precarious now. Double 16. Clayton claims it. And claims control of the contest. And moments ago, Dobie was thinking, well, I'm about to finish this off. Instead now, Johnny Clayton has a throw in 2 of the last 3 legs. And if he keeps hold of it, he'll win the match.
When he's leaving 161, 121 at 81, that is a good sign for Johnny.
129.
And some sense there from Clayton, deciding not to go for the firework finish and laying up to leave his favourite double.
95.
All business.
Double 16's been on the end of his fingers. Well, 32 was an accumulative score is. What is it at the minute about Clayton having Dobie's number?
He will take some beating at that level.
Ominous from Chisnall, that's for sure.
180.
Well, that's brilliant from Dobie, a maximum to leave himself 130. But I think you're spot on. Johnny Clayton
120.
just spoiled the point I was about to make there, but he was leaving everything with a 1 at the end of it, wasn't he? Suggesting his scoring had just been so straight.
80, yeah.
Bullseye.
Game shot.
Bullseye. And we go the distance in what has been a gripping game of darts.
Northumberland and Tyne and Wear are starting to yield some great youngsters as well.
55.
I'm sure they're all watching this right now, hoping that Chris gets through this.
And there'll be a few cheers. Both very likeable guys, these two.
96.
Welcomed winners by most of their peers.
Absolutely right. 2 of the nice guys of the circuit. Selfless guys as well.
100.
125 for a battling win against a very good ferret.
Well, it would be the ultimate Hollywood finish, wouldn't it?
85.
Can't complete the blockbuster. Well, we'll find out if Clayton really does have some form of voodoo hoodoo over Chris Dobie. He doesn't. Dobie will return for 3 at tops to win the match.
78.
These are a lot harder to hit than you think. If you miss, you know the other person's hitting.
Game
He nails
shot
double
and
10
a match.
and finally gets that monkey off his back, gets that ferret off his shoulder. Chris Dobie with a 6-5 success against Johnny Clayton to reach the semi-finals.
In a Players' Championship back in 2011. It's 13 years of brilliance from a player that is constantly talked about as not being a major champion. Let's focus on what he has done. And I want this to have some sort of significance because, to me, it reads incredible. He has been in 56 semi-finals
99.
in Players' Championships alone. That does not count UK Open qualifiers either. He has won 31 of them
100.
and has converted, of those 31 victories in semi-finals, 17
Yes.
Players' Championship titles. And he's converted that brilliantly. What a great recovery that is for that 12 darter. He's beaten 2 world champions today, Christian Kist and Rob Cross.
125.
He's beaten 2 further winners on the PDC Tour, Dirk van Dijvenbode and Damon Hetta. He's also beaten Andy Bolton, who was incredibly hard to beat as well.
130.
So if he can beat Rob Cross,
125.
he may just have enough to beat Dave Chisnall. Time will tell. Double top for Dave.
Game shot.
That time. But he might be being dragged into a better metric because his opponent is playing better than anybody he's played today.
$100. All that flight. Up there.
Nice bit of darting etiquette there from Dave Chisnell. If someone loses a flight on the floor, the best thing is to let them retrieve it, and then you go afterwards. It's on for tops. Oh boy, Bertie with 3-3 now. This is a big move from Dave.
140.
Is Burton up to it? Can he find this big hit? Not quite.
100.
That was a brilliant first start. But this is the kind of finish that Dave polishes up in his sleep because he loves double top.
Game shot.
Not tops this time, but it is a break of throw, and now Burton needs 3 straight. He's beaten Schindler by 7 legs to 2. He has demolished the German.
60.
And I get the feeling that Burton might just need to hit this 161 to survive. Is his valiant effort today about to come to an end? Dave might only need one more visit for yet another final.
Yes.
For a 32nd final with 32 left.
$66.
Not just yet. Stephen needs 2 breaks of throw, but he needs the first one right now. And he hasn't got it. That extra opportunity can't be banked by Bertie. And surely this time Chisnell will rubber stamp another final on the Pro Tour in 2024. That's what he does.
And the match.
And Chisnell will meet Chris Dobey in the final. They're both playing supremely well towards the end of today. Congratulations to Stephen Burton, who put up one heck of a fight with 5 180s and really good doubling. But he missed a couple of chances, and he gave everything with that 160 finish as well. But his fight comes to an end. We have one match left in Leicester this week, and it's going to be Chisnell versus Dobey on Stream 1.